Hello and welcome to UFO Hawker. Today we're going to be talking about Apollo 17 and all the crazy stuff I found on the NASA website pertaining to it. So we'll start right here with what I see as three mounds out there, which I will tell you are moonships. But more bizarre, you see a sculpture of a human head, it appears, and a couple other pieces of debris that just doesn't seem like it would be on the moon. And it shouldn't be. It was because of this photo that I went to the Apollo website, which I should mention anybody can do that and get these photos for yourself. But right away I found this, and this is what I would tell you is a moonship. I believe it's from the position of the LEM, the landing module, and it's a pretty good shot of it. I was happy to get it so fast here. In the very first dark crater I looked into and played with Lightroom to make it lighter or darker, I found this gold object. Looks Egyptian, like some kind of door lever maybe, I don't know. But this was from Apollo 12, but I had to include it here because the next thing I'm going to show you is a can I found on the moon, which should be a big deal, and because NASA hasn't found any cans or any gold on the moon or on Mars, so the can would be a really big deal. It'd be like, hey, somebody's been here before maybe. How could that can possibly be here? And this is where it gets a little bit weird because the can and the gold are not really what I found here. This is just small stuff. But now it gets a little bit bizarre, so brace yourself. So I see a small object and thought I better zoom in on it, and here's what it is. It looks like a clown, Bozo the Clown, and what's he doing on the moon? Then I find a cow standing up on the moon. It's kind of a strange looking cow. I'll bring it up a little closer here, but it's got weird looking feet, but that's a cow of some kind on the moon. How can that be? So now we're looking at the LEM. Nice shot of the LEM with the moonship to the right. All of a sudden, I zoom in. We got doll heads, I call them character heads, underneath the LEM in a bag. So here's a piece of concrete, it looks like, with a leg still in it that didn't quite crack out of the top of it. There's a big foot pad on it. It looks like it was involved in an explosion, probably. And I'm going to let you decide if that's more character heads. So now you're looking at what I think is automation. It's like, it looks like a robotic arm that the heads used to be attached to. So you're looking at an automated character head that was destroyed at some point. This view is right near the LEM, and we can't really see what that is until we zoom in on it, but it looks like a destroyed robot. To the left looks like a crocodile and a man-made or alien-made structure of some kind. So looking right next to the LEM here, at the top of that mountain there, which is not a mountain, but you see some interesting alien artwork. In every crater that I've encountered that has shade in it, and a lot of them without shade, and I'm talking the smallest of craters, has artwork in it. It's either a statue, always an animal, or anti-demon looking things that are trying to scare something out of the darkness. It's pretty impressive that they could do the whole moon. So now we're looking a little closer at the same shot, and underneath that lighted triangle is a huge complex. It's been painted out. That fog, there is no fog on the moon, covers up all of it except for that triangle and the entrance. And now you can see the moonship is not just a a pile of dirt, but it's actually got faces on it. And you can see the whale's eye off to the right. That's another ship. Most of these ships have eyes. I can't say that they all do. So here's a little better shot of the moon ship showing what I call the Queen of the Moon and all the other little faces on there. I'm not going to name them, but here's another shot of the Queen of the Moon up on the hill, and which is not a hill, by the way. And here she is again, the Queen of the Moon, along with several structures and a large covered area, which I have looked into close up, and there's all kinds of crazy stuff under that. I call this the polar bear complex. You can see a big opening there and some structures. You can see the bear's head. He's laying there with his butt to the left. And I think there might be a cub with it too. Here's a better view of the polar bear complex itself. And then there's a transparent cover that's covering up some big faces and heads in there. And if you put it on a big TV, you'd probably be able to see those as well. All right, more character heads underneath the limb. There's the whole ridge side there is painted out, but there's lions, there's 3 faces to the right of the lion on the ridge there. There's a character head at the entrance. There's a lot of stuff to see on that mountainside. And that mountain is the same mountain we were just looking at that was a cliff and not golden brown. So here we have genuine alien technology. I have no idea what it does, but there's a little puppy carved on the right side of that closest one. And I saw a dragon on another one. And right to the right of that, you'll see some painted out frogs, it looks like. This is a distant view of the same shot we were just looking at with the alien technology. This field has at least 6 or 8 of those, what I call alien technology. And that is not a mountain, it's a ship. I followed the lines all the way around. It's fogged out on the other end, but it's rounded in front. So I'm positive it's a ship. So now we're looking at what I call a huge ship. You can tell it's a ship by the thin brown line going around the base of it all the way around. And in the front of it there, looks like there's a couple small ships, or at least one parked there. The 2 light colored areas with the tunnels going up them are entrances, and those have been painted out by NASA. So now right next to the big huge ship, another moon ship has landed. You can see the other ship to the right, and wow, that must have been spectacular for the astronauts to be there. The limb's there somewhere, so hope they didn't land on them. Incredible, huh? So now we're looking at what is be called the mountains of Apollo 17. You can see an antenna on top of a spaceship sitting on an angle there. And the rest of that is not mountains either. I don't see any mountains. I wonder if there is any mountains on the moon. I think it's an alien colony, and that's it.